Welcome back. So, I'd like to give a big shout out to the people in Sierra Leone who are watching. I love it that people from the motherland are watching, but of course, I appreciate everyone who watches the things I'm doing. Thank you. And I'm back to doing some of the enslaved people who ran away from upstate New York. And if you can tell by my voice, it's one of my favorite things to do because it's like visiting old loved ones. Just learning about them, it feels so good. So, some of the themes I'm going to highlight in these is support, people who helped them to escape. There's also a sad part about children who are present in enslavement and the way black children don't get, even to this current time, often are not seen as children, are not treated as children. So yeah, here we go. So it's 1774, and again, if the reward is not shillings and it's in the dollars or pounds, you know this person's body is highly coveted, and many of these that we are going to see today, they're in the dollars. So it's 1774, $10 are being offered for Will of Westchester. Will is 27 years old, 5 feet 6 inches tall, somewhat yellow complexion, talkative, lively. Part of his right ear is cut off, and he has a mark on the back side of his right hand. Then we have Prince of Albany County, $5 offered for Prince. Only description provided was the clothing he was wearing. Black homespun jacket, coarse white linen shirt, and linen breeches. Beaver hat with yellow ribbon and old shoes. I'm glad this person is so incompetent that it's highly likely they won't catch Prince because Prince would have changed his clothes. Next, we have Port Royal of Westchester, $5 offered for his return. I like the name Port Royal because that's a place in Jamaica. Wonder if he's from there. He was 41 years old, male, 5 feet 7 inches tall. Comely, they describe him, or good looking. They said he had good behavior, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, good behavior to run away. That's the best behavior. He had very dark skin, did not drink alcohol, appears religious, and can read and write. I was wondering if the brother was a Muslim. I don't know. He ran away a week after coming from Philadelphia, and he went around admitting his freedom, claiming it and owning it, his right to do so, and stated he was formerly owned by Israel Pemberton. In 1775, Cesar of Dutchess County, they offer a handsome reward of an unstated amount for him. Cesar was 40 years old, 5 feet 10 inches, stout and well made. Hear this now. He's a very insinuating, deceitful fellow. Pretends he has leave to look for his master. I was so tickled by this comment. When an immoral person who traffics in human body tries to make a person seem immoral for running away, that is some delusion over there. So he's believed to have a counterfeit pass, which brings up the theme I said of people helping. They're people providing passes. This is a dangerous thing because they can get in trouble, but you just see the solidarity that was there. Then we have Robin of Westchester County, and Robin is a mixed race black man, part Indian, 5 feet 7 inches tall, well set, yellow complexion. His hair is described as great big bushy hair. I can imagine that fro, and is somewhat different from other black people, so I guess he was mixed. He spoke English and Dutch well, and he was also believed to have a counterfeit pass that was written for him by a black man who could write. He is believed to have been heading to North River, where that's some kind of Indian area, and they upped the amount. They said £7 if you capture him among the Indians, which made me think, wow, the Indians were fighting for him to stay, fighting for anybody who came to them, fighting for their freedom. And this is sometimes something that is not mentioned, the way our Indian relatives were there for us in solidarity. Also, we have Dorcas of Albany County, $5 reward is offered for Dorcas, a woman, and that's the highest amount I've seen so far. Dorcas was 18, mixed race, described as well proportioned, speaks good English, and claims to be free. Name it and claim it, Dorcas. Next, we have Ben of Dutchess County. And Ben would run away twice. The first time, $5 offered. Second time, it's increased to $12. He ran away in 1774 and 1775. Ben was 18 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall. He was born in Africa and stolen at 5 or 6. Can you imagine what it must have been like for that child to be traveling in the Middle Passage in that horrible slave ship all the way over here? He was full-faced and described as having a nice face. He was medium black complexion. He spoke English and Dutch and was seen in New York City. Next, we have Cambridge of Orange County, and $2 were offered as reward. Cambridge is a black man, 38 years old, 5 feet 4 inches tall, thick and well built, talks like a person who spoke English as a second language. When he gets confused, you can't understand him. He had a scar on the upper side of his forehead, toes turned out. One of his companions indicated that he was going to New York City to catch a ship. I always wonder, do they tell these people to misdirect the master, or are these people telling, or what's going on there? But again, it's always my moral that whatever you do in a terrible situation like enslavement to survive, you're doing your best under horrible circumstances. 1776, we have Will of Westchester. And Will is 45 feet 9 inches tall, talkative, loud fellow around his friends, thin face, large mouth, all upper front teeth are missing except one. Believed to have been encouraged to run away by John McLean, a native of Scotland. So this one I'm wondering, hey, is this white man an actual co-conspirator? Was he trying to get him free, or was he trying to capture him to get him sold? Well, somewhere else. $3 offered for both men, 30 shillings offered if caught separately. The white man was going to face justice, and of course Will was going to go back to being an enslaved person. 1776, we have Simon of Ulster County, and $10, big amount offered for his reward. He was born in Raritan, New Jersey. He was 30 years old, a mixed race man, 5 feet 10 inches tall, spoke good English and average low Dutch. He was likable. He drinks. He wears his hair tied back, scar on his upper lip, and one of his front teeth gone. Yeah. Then we have Prince of Dutchess County. Prince is 25, 5 feet 6 inches, well set, very handy, speaks good English. Next we have 2 unnamed males of Ulster County, 2 mulatto slaves who they describe as remarkably white. Both, that means super light skin, both were well set, 5 feet 8 inches tall, black hair and blue eyes. One had a stoop shoulder and long chin. So I was wondering, here again, people helping each other. These 2 friends escaping together. Were they more than friends, like brothers or something? Who knows? Next we have Abram, Moll, and 2 unnamed children of Westchester County running away in 1774. Abram was 45 years old, black man, mixed race, part Indian. He had flat nose, 5 feet 10 inches, well set, walk with knees wide apart, yellow complexion. And he took a woman he called his wife. His wife was Moll. Moll was mixed race, and they describe her as small. And they had 2 children, a boy 3 years old and a daughter 5 months old. They wanted a better life for themselves, and they were going to get it by any means necessary. Again, we see these liaison between indigenous people and black people working together to acquire their freedom. Then we have Charity and a child, both of Westchester County. Charity is 19 years old. She's a mother of a 2-year-old, Peter. Peter calls Charity by name. Charity and Peter were sold to their current enslavers 10 months prior, and she was eager to get back to her former enslaver. I don't think she's eager to get back to the enslaver. I think maybe the child's father was there, her family was there. She was trying to get back to where she came from, and that was $8. Then we have John or Sam of Orange County. Job or Sam of Orange County. Job was described as a yellow slave, quarter Indian, 28 years old, 6 feet tall, smart and active, speaks English well, enjoys singing and dancing, has a small scar on the side of his nose, a black speck on the white of his eyes, and 3-inch burn scar on his belly, pain between his toe due to a lump, and stiff right arm. Left 4 years ago and joined Colonel Canfield's regiment and was believed to be in Massachusetts. I so love this for him. I'm going to stop here. Thanks for listening.